Alright guys, so we have finished the Monopoly game. This is now actually after recording and editing everything, so the real episode will still start. But I want to mention something in the beginning of this episode. We are planning to have a server event where we are basically gonna take a couple of smaller to medium-sized battleships and we want to fight against each other, we want to have some fun, etc. And I thought I want to include you guys in this process, and I was kind of hoping that you guys could send me a couple of your blueprints. Of course, I will credit you for all of your creations, and I thought it would just be a whole lot fun to actually do this event with my subscribers' designs. You know, apart from that, I do not really have my own designs at the moment, so this is also a little bit of a lame excuse, but I thought I could involve you guys into this process. And this would make it a whole lot more fun for me and for you, because I potentially get to see a whole new array of ships and ideas and inspirations, and you guys of course will get your ships featured in one of my episodes. But other than that, let's get started with the episode. Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Starmade with our Monopoly game. This is probably going to be the last episode where we actually build it. The next time I would love to actually play this thing with other players on the server. Now, I haven't been uploading Starmade for quite a while, and the main reason for that is because we were experiencing server problems, and my construction here might have something to do with it. I'm not sure. I mean, we had a lot of problems. It was surely not the only thing that was tackling the system. But I'm not really sure. I mean, right now we have thousands upon thousands of connections, and even though most of them are not active at the same time, I'm not sure how that actually affects the performance of the server. Anyways, we shall figure out. Right now I could play for about an additional 30 minutes or so without crashing, so I decided it's time to do some recording again. Now, one error that happened to me was that I misspelled houses. That is really embarrassing. That is something we can easily fix, though we just have to expand this slightly and push all the letters towards the left. However, what I would like to do is finish all of the cards. I want to display all of the cards. Right now I've done it up to this point, so if we select this bad boy, we can actually see the price is 200, rent without house is 16, then 80 with one house, 220 with two houses, etc, etc. You can see, you can read for yourself. So basically that means we still have to do half of the board, and also the rail stations and these special fields right here aren't done just yet. I'm not sure how I want to display them, probably with the rent feature. For instance, if a player owns both of the fields, the special fields, and then another player comes on top of this field, if we own both, then we can actually ask for a rent of 10 times the dice roll. So that is kind of crazy. That is good. Anyways, let's continue with the next shebang, which would be this bad boy right here. I want to make sure that I continue with the same pattern. So we're gonna place 1, 2, oh my gosh, cannot see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And after that, we're gonna place an activation module, select this bad boy, and I want to select the field that is corresponding with it. Then we go all the way up, select this bad boy, and then I need to leave one space free. Place this guy, right? Because we had our last field here, then one space free, and this guy. So we have it in the same order, you know, with the same pattern, and we are not getting confused, hopefully. Anyhow, now we have to do the card. So the price for this card is 220, and the rent without house is 16, I believe. Yeah, so let's say 220. Oh, jeez. And a little 0 right here. And the rent, no, it's actually 18. So 1 and 8. Okay, cool. Next up is the rent with one house, which would be 90 in this case, something along these lines. Then 250 already for two houses. So the prices are getting a little bit steeper here. 5, how do I make a 5? Something along these lines, and a 0, so 250. Then the next house is already 700, so we do a 7 and 2 zeros. And then 4 houses would be, let's see, 875. Is that right? Yeah, 875. Then we also have a hotel, which is already 1050. Oh, yes. There we go. And last but not least, the cost per house would be 150. There we go. We've done this card. Let's actually also test it out just to see if we made some mistakes. Oh no, I meant to actually click this bad boy. There we go. And we should be seeing all the correct numbers. Oh, that is great. Let's do one more card together. This one right here, which would be the second red card. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we do a button. There we go. This button is directly next to the previous one. There we go. That means we can place this guy right here. Select it and do the card. This card is actually exactly the same as the previous one. Holy Moses. I just realized that some cards are the exact same as the previous one, so maybe we could also take the same button. I mean, it doesn't make sense to do things over and over, right? So what I'm thinking, for instance, for the second red card right here, we could select this and make it activate this bad boy as well. Because now if we activate this, then we have all the same numbers, right? Yeah, that's what we should do. And only for the third red card, we are gonna need different numbers. Okay, now checking where that is the case. For instance, it is the case for the first and second blue fields, which I believe are those two guys. Let's actually test this out. If I select this bad boy, that's 100 and a rent of 6. Yeah, that would be the first blue one, and this would be the second blue one. So we select this guy and hook it up with this bad boy. Though, no, we first have to remove it. Let's get rid of it. The second blue one would be this guy right here. Yeah, there we go. Get rid of this one, replace it, select it, and hook it up with the first blue. Then again, we have the same situation with the first and second orange. So this would be the first, this one here, and then this one would be the second. So we select this guy, and then that means we can remove you. Place a new guy, select this one, and hook it up. Beautiful. Okay, I think we fixed it all. No, the green one. No, actually the green one differs a little bit. With a hotel you have to pay a different price. Okay, so we are back in business. Oh man, I'm losing overview. I think I'm gonna finish this now off camera quickly, just for all of the cards. Except for the rails and the special cards. I'm gonna do that, I don't know, another time. What I want to do in today's episode is also do a little test run to see if we encounter any circumstances that we still have to take care of, but we're just gonna act as if we were playing for a little bit. So that's gonna be exciting. But anyways, I catch you in a second. Alright guys, back we are, and I actually finished all of the cards, so even the special cards and the rails do now have a purpose on the display. So for instance, if we click this bad boy, we can see we have to purchase the card for 200, and if we own one rail, we get 25, with 2 rails 50, then 100, and with all 4 we get 200 per player that is ending up on this field. However, now it's time to test this freaking game. We want to find out the last couple of bugs that are still in the system. I'm sure not everything is going to work. So for instance, one thing I can observe is that this bad boy here got to a halt. This shouldn't be the case. There we go. Okay, we shall see how that turns out. Anyways, let's play the game. First up, the blue player. We want to roll the dice for the blue player. There we go. And what do we get? We get 4. And it's 2 and 2. Oh, I forgot. Can you actually roll again if you have a double? I totally forgot about that. I think you can or might be able to do that. Anyways, then we want to click once, twice, 3 times, and 4 times. There we go, and we landed on this field, which means what? Oh yes, those 2 fields are like paying a flat tax, and I totally haven't decided on the tax rate yet. Let me actually know what this usually is on a normal Monopoly game, but I would say maybe it's something like pay 10 per house, or maybe it's just pay 100, I don't know. Oh, by the way, we are all starting at 1000 credits to begin with. So let's say this would be paying 100 just so that we have something. So I would have to set this to 900 here. There we go. And now we are done with the turn, so we're gonna switch to the next player. Oh my gosh, what happened there? No idea what happened there, guys, but there we go. The second player is gonna roll the dice, and what do we get? We get nothing. It doesn't stop. Ah, look at that. 3 and 1. It just took a while. Now we should be able to also go 4. So that was kind of a coincidence. We're gonna land on the same field as the other player. There we go. And therefore we also have to pay 100, which results in 900. There we go. So next player, player green. Ah, man, that is weird. Why does it show that? I think I have this hooked up to... Oh man, this is not gonna be easy to debug at times. I have it hooked up to the reset here, I see. But this is actually necessary. I need to be able to reset the chance cards. Or maybe not, we shall see in the future. Anyways, green player, we want to roll. It's still rolling, that is a bad sign. That means something might have stopped, some functionality. Why it doesn't work? You know what? I think this is going too fast here. It is just in a very bad timing. Yeah, look at that. Now it worked. It was just in the timing so that it would activate the AND gate when it was on top of both blocks, and therefore it didn't stop. So that was a timing issue we might want to fix. Maybe we add something else to this speed module. I would say we're gonna add one more guy right here, or we remove the speed module entirely. This might get rid of the issue as well, because then it's gonna be slower. I think I'm gonna do that. Okay, another bug probably fixed. We rolled 3. So let's move that. 1, 2, and 3 with the green player. I think I'm gonna make these rails a little bit faster. Anyways, we are at this field, and now we can check out how much it costs. It will cost us 60, so of course we're gonna purchase that. So let's mark that already, and we have to pay 60, so that would result in 0, 9, and 40. Yes, beautiful. Okay, and we own this card. Great! That's all we could do. We're gonna move on to the next player, which is yellow, and we're gonna roll the dice again. And yeah, they are just turning a little bit slower now. You know, switching from one number to the other a little bit slower, but I think it will at least get those guys to a halt. Yeah, look at that. We have 3 and 2, so we rolled 5, and we will make it all the way to the rail. 3 and 4 and 5. There we go. Nicely done, yellow player. So let's check out... oh, we have to deactivate this guy. This is still an issue. The players will have to deactivate the display once they don't use it anymore. Well, maybe I will figure out a way to circumvent that, but I would love to not make too many more connections. This crazy contraption is already getting out of hand here. So we will have to pay 200 for this guy, but of course we're gonna do that. So let's light up the lamp, and we have to pay 200, so we go all the way down to 800. Great, we move on to the first player again, which is the blue one. Come on, come on, there we go, roll the dice. And we rolled a double 3, very interesting. That will actually bring us to the prison as a visitor, so that is not very great, but we potentially could roll again. However, I'm gonna leave that be for this test run here. We're gonna move to the red player and roll the dice again. Nice, we ended up with 5 and 3, so let me quickly do that. Oh yeah, I definitely have to make this faster. Okay, we ended up on this special field, so let's click it and check out the cost. It's 150, and you can see if you go on the field while having one of those cards, the player will have to pay 4 times the dice roll, and here he has to pay 10 times the dice roll. But anyhow, 150, we want to purchase that for the red player, and therefore we have to get rid of some money. 150, that would make 750 as a result. There we go, great. We already got 2 fields with the red player, or why does the red player not have any money? Didn't we start like with 1000? Ah no, we had to pay the taxes, right. Okay, so now that we know one issue, I want to fix this right off the bat. We should be having some speed modules. Yeah, rail speed controller, and we also gonna need an activation module. Now, where are we gonna set this up? Potentially here in the corner. Oh, I already have that. Are you telling me? Oh no, look at that. This is actually the maximum speed the rails can go. So I already had this implemented. Interesting. Anyways, it's the next player's turn. It's green. Let's roll. No, there we go. Roll the dice. 4 and 3. Let's move that. Oh no, I also end up at the prison section. That is not very good. Not very good for the green player anyway. So it's the yellow player's turn. We got a 3 and a 2. Oh man, we all end up at the prison. It's crazy. Okay, there we go. Back to the blue player. Look at that. All are cramped up at the prison. We roll the dice. What do we get? Okay, we got another 5. This time we will actually land on another rail field. So that is going to be interesting. Maybe we can even implement trading. But I guess the trading can just happen between the people. I don't really have to set up a system for this, but we're definitely gonna buy this for 200. Of course, it's gonna be blue, and 900 minus 200 will be 700. There we go. Next player, red. Let's roll the dice. Oh man, guys, so far, so great, I would say. We got a 4 and a 2, so let's walk that. And 1 and 2. There we go. We landed on this field, and obviously we're also gonna purchase that for 180 actually. So let's make this red to indicate we want to purchase that. And 180 would equal, let's see, 650 minus 80 would be 500 and, oh my gosh, 570, right? Yeah, that's probably right. I do not really care. I just care for the mechanics at the moment, but it would be a little bit embarrassing if it wasn't right. Anyways, it's the green player's turn, and we have a 5. Let's oh, it is actually interesting. Now we are getting on the rail that is already occupied by someone else. And 5, there we go. So we came across this rail, and it is occupied by the blue player, or, you know, owned, and the blue player only owns 1, so we have to pay 25. That means the blue player will be able to add 25 to his counter here, and the green player will have to pay this amount. So that would be 15 in this case. There we go. Great. Okay, so far this is working out amazingly well, I have to say. We're gonna go to the next player, player yellow. Oh guys, I cannot wait to actually play this with the guys. This is gonna be amazing. I hope we are not gonna encounter any more issues. So we rolled an 8. Let's move that. There we go, and we actually landed on the field the red player just purchased. So if we activate this and we know there are no houses, we only have to pay 14 rent. So that is ridiculous. We can totally do that. Let's see, 786. There we go, paid 14 rent. We're gonna move to the blue player next. Now, there are still a few problems I see. For instance, when we come across the prison thingy-majingy, if we have to go into the prison, how do we count 3 rounds? Should I do a display for that, or are we just gonna keep track of that with our minds? That is one question. Also, do I keep track of cards like getting out of jail for free? Another problem that I thought about is, how do I actually go back 3 spaces? I haven't implemented that. Yeah, there's just still a few issues. Anyways, did I already roll? No, I didn't, and it is indicated by this activation module not being active. So that's kind of amazing. Oh, we rolled 6 and 3. Okay, so a 9. Let's do that. There we go, this is the 9th field, and oh man, I built this too close, but what you gonna do? I don't mind. I'm gonna make this look interesting by decorating it a little bit more, so it looks like you're going through a tunnel or a shopping center or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Anyways, the red field right here does cost me 240 box. Okay, so we're gonna activate that lamp. Do we? Oh man, we are running low on funds here with the red player. So we want to go down 40, which means 30 and 200, which also means 330 bucks left. Oh, also, how much do we get when we go across the start? Do we get like 400 or what? Is that too much? I don't know. Oh, I just know that I activated the wrong lamp. Of course, the blue player... Oh, yeah, and I also took away the money from the wrong guy. So you get another 240 back. I'm sorry about that, but I will have to get that away from you. So something along these lines? Oh, what was the original? Doesn't matter. I'm sure it's right. I'm sure it's right. Let's continue to the red player, and I think after that we have successfully tested the core mechanics of the game. I mean, so far it's great. I just would like to land on a chance card now. So the red player has 3 and 2. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, these corners take a little while. But there we go, 1, 2 fields, and is it a chance card? No, not really, but what you gonna do? I can simulate as if we had rolled the chance card, but for now we are gonna purchase this field with the red player, so we have another 220 to buy here, but this time we're gonna mark it with the red player, so they have something to bargain with each other, that means 220, 350, there we go. Then we're gonna continue to the green player, and if we don't roll something that gives me the chance card, I'm just gonna go for it and ignore the dice. 5. Yeah, this will bring me all the... Oh! I just realized something that I will have to do. So it's a good thing we played it. So for instance, if you have to pay taxes or so, we need to keep track of where they are going, the taxes, right? Because I played a variant of Monopoly where you came on this field and then you collected all of the taxes and stuff people had to pay. Is that the case with the official Monopoly? What is this field for? Anyways, we're gonna move with the green player to this question mark. No, actually to the other one. We're gonna go to the red question mark. And there we go. Beautiful. So we would have to press this button now, and it says back 3. And of course, that's the only thing I can do right now. So we're gonna reset this bad boy and take another one, which is forward 4. Okay, that makes more sense. So we can do 1, 3, and 4. There we go. And this would allow us to purchase this bad boy. And of course, we're gonna do that. Let's actually see how much that costs us. $260. Holy Moses. So that would be 526. Okay, but you can see the basic principles. There's just a few things that I haven't solved yet. There's a few things that we might want to keep track of. Let me actually know, what do you feel is missing from this game still? And I will implement it in between the episode. The next time we are definitely gonna play it with other players, because I'm now confident that the system more or less is working as intended. I mean, for instance, right now we could go to the next player and theoretically this should shut off again. Yeah, there we go. This is why we can always see it flashing up. Give me your suggestions. It's really important that we flesh this out, and I cannot wait to test it out with you guys. Well, with that out of the way, I would say we're gonna wrap up the episode right here. I sure hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great time, and hopefully I'm going to catch you in the next one. Bye bye.